I'm not sure how many times people, not just in the United States, but around the world, need to hear it. But it's coming, and it's coming super fast now. Everything will be tokenized. Your stocks, your homes, your cars, your retirement plans, money is going to be tokenized. Commodities like oil and gold will be commoditized. Your art collection is going to be commoditized. Intellectual property is going to be commoditized. All real estate's going to be tokenized, not commoditized, tokenized. It's all going to be on the blockchain. And the idea is to put it all into something that's manageable, like one wallet, where you can not only own, but you can transfer value quickly, inexpensively, 24/7, 365. And I don't know how many corners of the world or of the financial world people need to hear it from, but I've been hearing it for years now, and it's just happening multiple times on a daily basis now. And they're talking about it openly now, where they didn't used to before. Before, you used to only hear it from influencers or people running these projects, right? Like folks over at Ripple or at the Ethereum Foundation or Bitcoin Maxis. You would hear that, or the folks over at Solana or Sui, or prior to this, people at FTX, which busted, Celsius, which busted. There's a whole bunch of busted programs that, were rug pulls, but that's where you would hear it from. Now you're hearing it from legitimate financial institutions. Here, this is Sandy Call. Sandy Call is a senior vice president and head of digital asset and industry advisory services at Franklin Templeton, a global investment management firm with over 1.4 trillion in assets under management. She is part of the Franklin Templeton Institute, where she provides thought leadership and actionable insights on the future of the investment and wealth management industries, with a focus on digital assets, blockchain, and disruptive technologies like tokenization and smart contracts. Call has over 25 years of experience in financial services, having held roles at Citi as managing director and global head of business advisory services. JP Morgan Private Bank also. She's worked at Goldman Sachs Asset Management and Lehman Brothers, where she began her career as a futures research analyst building economic models for commodities. She is in the know. She is an insider through and through, and she's had a long track record at multiple insider organizations, as you just saw. So here she is talking about how all this is going to get tokenized, and that's her right there. And let me just get my glasses here. She says some really key points about Sandy Call, head of digital assets at Franklin Templeton. She goes on to say, what we're really seeing is the next iteration and the next evolution of financial market infrastructure. It's all going to get tokenized. The existing asset classes are going to pour into just a few blue chip networks and blockchains. Each blockchain is its own network, right? Like Ripple, XLM, Algo, HBAR, Bitcoin, if you will, Ethereum. All these are networks, and institutions and assets are going to choose which of those networks serves their purposes best. And it's game on, right? Once we have legal regulatory clarity, we're hoping that that governments allow the market to decide. If the market chooses, I am certain the vast majority of the market will choose blockchains like Ripple, XRP's blockchain, or the XRPL. They're going to choose places like the XLM network, Algo, HBAR. All the ISO 20022 blockchains are going to dominate in the transfer of value or DeFi. But there are networks that are going to handle things like AI, like Render, for example. I think movies and entertainment are going to be huge with Theta Network. Things like that are going to get poured into these blockchains that have proven themselves and survived multiple bull runs. So let's take a look at what Sandy Call has to say for herself. This is exciting stuff, guys. Let's take a listen. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios, amigos.
Why is it so important? Is because what we're looking at is a transition that's happening in the way that our economy works, right? We have been in a account-based economy pretty much our entire lives, right? Banks, you have a checking account, you have a savings account, you might have a brokerage account, you might have a retirement account. These are all separate accounts. And each of these accounts is kept on its own ledger by whatever organization you hold it with, the bank, the brokerage firm. It's all very fragmented. We're moving away from that, Scott, to a wallet-based system. And that wallet-based system is one where all your assets sit in your cryptographically protected wallet. And if we want to move cash around in that system, that is the role that stablecoins are playing. It's bringing the fiat currency out of today's traditional banking system or brokerage networks, and it's moving it into this wallet-based ecosystem, which is where the crypto blockchains exist, where the cryptocurrencies exist, and this is why stablecoins are so important. They're both the on and off ramp, but more importantly, they've really become the liquidity vehicle to keep assets in this wallet-based system.
Matt Hogan gave me almost the exact same answer yesterday. Similar. He said, I don't think people are ready for the fact that everybody is going to have a wallet, and this is the way that we're going to interact. And hearing you say it really reconfirms that. And then I made the point, it's not just a crypto wallet. There's also going to be tokenized everything. So it's likely where you're going to also trade your stocks and manage your portfolio and take loans and earn yield. I mean, is that the future where we can literally get all financial instruments into one wallet and it will be effectively blockchain will be the underlying technology of that?
100%. I mean, this is exactly
100%.
And it's going to happen a lot faster than people anticipate, right? I mean, this isn't going to be a 10 or 20 year transition. I think that we're going to see more progress in the next 5 years than we've really seen in the last 50 in terms of reconfiguring the way that the financial markets work. The last time we had a period like this in our history was when they had the paper crisis in the late 1960s. And they actually then invented the whole system that we've been using for the last 50 years, using the leading technology of that day, which was the computing technology, right? And so that's what allowed us to immobilize and dematerialize securities. That's what allowed for the creation of these centralized clearing, utilities that we see like the Depository Trust Company. And that's what led to today's account-based system. So what we're really seeing is the next iteration and the next evolution of the financial market infrastructure.
The Depository Trust Company, the DTCC, is very publicly testing blockchain technology.
Right.
They're doing it right out in the open, effectively, I think, trying not to become the next Blockbuster or Kodak or Sears Roebuck, basically disrupting themselves before they get disrupted by the industry.